and welcome to Clappia. In this video, we will see how to use the single selector block that is available in Clappia. The single selector is used to select only a single option from a list of options. Let's see how to use this better with the help of a simple example. Now over here, I have already created an application earlier that is used to capture certain information about a client. I would also like to capture the mode of contacting them, which could be through phone, email, or maybe a face-to-face visit. Let's see how to add these options. We click on Design App where you can edit the application, and here you can see all the earlier fields. We now click on Add Field, click on Single Selector. This single selector block can be configured on the right-hand panel that has appeared over here. There are two options, basic and advanced, for configuring. Let's see how to use them. The first thing I will do is to give a label name to our field, which would be mode of contact, and then we can give a description. This is usually to help the user who is filling in the application to know what to fill in the field. So over here, I will just mention something simple like, please select an option. Now we can give our options over here, which could be phone, email, or visit, one after the other, keeping in mind that there are no spaces after each word. Now you can also have a default value. For example, if the mode of contacting a client is usually through phone, then we can click over here and you can see that the options have already been populated. We select phone. Now there's also something called as required. For example, it can happen that sometimes a person may accidentally skip out in filling this field before submitting. So if you do not want that to happen, you can enable this option. We click on Save. Now if you want to know whether the client has been contacted or not, we can have another single selector block. Click on Add Field, Single Selector, and if the mode of contact is selected as Visit, then under label name I will mention Visit Made, and under Options I will mention Yes or No. Click on Save. Now we have the advanced options. Display this field if. If you have used Excel previously, you would have come across logics and conditions that you can implement, like if, else, or, etc. The same thing can be done on Clappia as well. We share the same library, so the same syntax can be used. Except in place of cell numbers, we have the concept of variable names, which you can find at the top of every field in brackets. Now, if the mode of contact is selected as a visit, and only then in the application would you like this field to show up, then over here in this field, we can type in @mode of contact, click here, equals to visit. This implements the logic. Now we have allow value to be changed after initial submission. Once a submission has been made and you do not want anybody to change the details later on, then you can have this option as disabled. We also have styling options, which are of two types. If you select it as chips, it will show up like this. If we select standard, click on save, it will show up like this. Now if you have multiple options more than just yes or no, you can also show them in column wise, 1, 2, or 3 columns. Now if the mode of contact has been selected either as phone or email, I would like another field to show up in the application. So I select another single selector block, and over here in the label name I will mention client contacted. So again, under options I will mention yes or no. Click on save. And in the advanced option I will have to give the condition whether if it is selected as phone or email. So I will type in or @mode of contact equals to phone, comma @mode of contact equals to email. Keep in mind the exact word is mentioned because it is case sensitive. Now I will also want to disable this option and then change the style as well, and then click on save. Now let's see how the single selector actually works in the application. Now we go to app home, we can view the actual application, and over here you can see that the mode of contact by default has been selected as phone. That is why the client contact field has shown over here. Now if it is deselected, it disappears. Now I will just fill in some random information over here for the sake of example. Give an email at clappia.com. Now I won't fill in the rest just because it is an example. I will just mention current time. You can also change the time over here, change the date. Now for example, if I select phone, we see client contacted. If it's email, the same field is there. Now if you click on visit, another field shows up that says visit meet. So click on yes, click on submit. Now you can view all your submissions under the submissions tab, and if you click any submission, a right hand panel appears following all the details that has been captured. Now since I only mentioned name, phone number and email, that has been captured over here. The scheduled date, time, mode of contact and visit made. Now because the mode of contact has been selected as visit, this field has only appeared over here and not the client contacted for phone or email. You can also see that this has been grayed out and I cannot select no. That is because we have disabled the option to change it later on. Now if you want to download any submission or all the submissions that are available, you can click over here on the download option and it will download as an Excel sheet. If you have any doubts in configuring the single selector block, you can always request support by clicking on the option over here, or you can email us directly to support@clappia.com and we will be happy to assist you. Thank you.